Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds Podcast. I'm your co-host, Boomer Gato, the cat that hands your consequences back. And to my right over here is the main man, who's the narrow, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, running spicier content. There goes OnlyFans.
What's going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, as you will be able to tell, we are in a different studio. We don't know if this is going to be the permanent one for right now. This is kind of the temp. When we find the permanent one, you guys will definitely know. It'll be definitely noticeable. Right now, we're just trying a couple different places out to see what feels comfortable, what feels good. With that, let's get right into the topic, my friends. So, in the past, it was probably the past weekend or so, a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago now, I saw an interesting story on Facebook, on Instagram, a couple of different places. Apparently, Kim Kardashian is having an issue, having problems, I guess, with the reality of being what she deems a single mother. And what I mean by single mother with quotations there is, I mean, we all know she has a lot of nannies, she has a lot of help, she has a lot of people around her to kind of help her facilitate the kids. Now, here's the problem that I personally have with this whole thing is, like, let's be honest, they live a pretty nice lifestyle. It'd be, I feel like that's an understatement, but there was a couple things she discussed on why she's feeling bad about being a single mother. Some of those things related to Kanye. Some of those related to the stuff that Kanye has said. Some of them related to the things that she's done, and some pretty wild comparisons that I'm not gonna lie, I don't really agree with. So I'll just kind of get us started with it. Again, let's be honest. She lives a nice lifestyle. She lives very comfortably. Her kids live very comfortably. They are sometimes wearing clothes more expensive than 99% of things that most of us have. To say that you feel bad because you're a single mother is a slap to all actual hardworking single mothers out there that truly don't have anybody helping them out. It's wild to me that she can make that type of statement, and for some, somehow people will still find a way like, oh, you don't know her struggles, but you don't know what she's going through, blah, blah, blah. Look, you're right. I get it. I don't know her struggles. She has rich person struggles, much different than broke people struggles. I know that, she may have her own personal set of circumstances that are going on that we all don't know about. All that is fair game. But to call yourself a single mother when you have plenty of help around you is weird to me. Especially because, let's be honest, she's dated Pete Davidson. I'm sure she's had other people in the background that she probably either talked to and or dated. So for you to say you're a single mother, I mean, that's a complete choice. I know there's a lot of women on my Facebook that have chosen to be single mothers. And I frequently see them, complain about their, the single lifestyle, not having a significant other and whatnot. But again, the vast difference between the mothers on my Facebook that are single compared to the Miss Kim Kardashian single, I feel like there's a vast difference there. No one's coming to rescue the single mothers on my Facebook, but Kim doesn't really need any rescuing. What do you think about that so far, my man?
It's funny that you bring up the label that Kim K has given herself of being the single mother, because it seems like she's appropriating a lot of stuff in which she has a bunch of advantages towards. Like, I remember the biggest controversy that she had a little bit ago was that interview she did with her rest of her family, and she said something to the extent of, to any businesswomen that are out there, I'm gonna give you one piece of advice: get off your fucking ass and work. Nobody wants to fucking work these days. Which, again, very easy to say for a Kardashian. It's very easy to make connections as a Kardashian. It's very easy to have all these labels, have all this extra income coming in as a Kardashian. If she wants to say she's a businesswoman, fine. It's not a fallacy to call her a businesswoman, but to say that she has the same struggles as a person starting from the ground up would also be a wrong thing to say. To say that she's a businesswoman starting from the ground up. No, you aren't. You are not starting from the ground up. You legit have an entire name built off of the back of an already existing empire. You already have connections just by introducing yourself. Just by already having a name to claim to your name. You already have a bunch of doors open. A bunch of people willing to open that door to you just on name alone.
You know what? I actually wanted to use some quotes from an article that I had read about what she had said. A couple of things she said. It has been the most challenging thing. There are nights I cry myself to sleep, like what just happened, and final quote. With all the moods and the personalities, and sometimes they're fighting, and there's no one there. It's just up to me. Here's my thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure as a mother, she deals with a lot of that shit on her own, with trying to wrestle with the kids and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But let's not pretend here. She's got plenty of nannies. She's got plenty of personal assistants. She's got plenty of people around her. Again, what my man said here is true. To somehow put yourself in the same category as all other single mothers is a slap to all those single mothers, because there's some mothers out here that are doing it completely by themselves. No help from no nannies, no help from no personal assistants. They got themselves and God. That's about it. So I think it's a slap in the face for people to say, oh, it's the same thing. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. Again, I'm sure there's a lot of rich people struggles that most of us won't know about, and that's fine. But again, those are vastly different struggles than the rest of us deal with. It's again, you're slapping all the real single mothers in the face. Now, apart from that, another thing she said in reference to this particular issue about being a single mother, which again, she's choosing to be a single mom. Let's be honest here. Kim Kardashian probably has her pick of the litter when it comes to dudes. But I digress. Another thing that she said was that she felt that all the things that Kanye has said, all the anti-Semitic things, all the things about Hitler, all the recent comments he's made, ever since they got divorced, are going to do more harm than her sex tape. Here's the thing. I agree and disagree with her. Don't get me wrong. Kanye says some out-of-pocket shit, and again, you guys have been on the show. We have never really defended Kanye West and any of the dumb fucking shit that he says, and we're probably never going to, because a lot of shit is fucking dumb. With that being said, I'm about it. Listen, Kanye does a lot of things that are out of pocket. He does a lot of things that could definitely mentally fuck a child up. And I'll be honest with you, if you look at Northwest, she seems like the spitting image of Kanye to me. And I don't mean in the way she looks. Like, if you look at her mannerisms, if you look at the way that she does things, she does not, like, she's not here for it. She's like a Kanye clone. So I do think that you're already starting to see signs of the lifestyle. So I agree fully with Kim that a lot of the things that Kanye is doing will definitely affect their kids. If it will affect them more than the sex tape, I don't know about that. I'm not saying one is over the other. I'll be honest with you. I did take some time to think about this before we decided to jump on. I've actually been thinking about it for a few days. And, I don't know. I think either one can definitely be worse. Again, Kanye says a lot of out-of-pocket stuff, but, there's already been some OnlyFans girls that have talked about how their kids have started asking questions and about how they're getting picked on at school. And, this is early, man. We're dealing with the first wave of this shit. Imagine when these kids get older. I think it was Amber Rose who said that her children were already getting picked on at school. Kids were saying that her mom has an OnlyFans and she's gross and blah, blah. Here, keep in mind, her kid is 9. Like, her kid is 9 years old. How the fuck do these 9-year-olds know about your mom's got an OnlyFans? Imagine when they get older. Now, again, I'm torn on which one could do more damage. Can the stuff that Kanye does do damage? Absolutely. But you can't ignore sex tape, especially when my question to Kim would be, do you want your children to grow up and do what you did? It's, again, questionable scenario. What do you think about that?
Well, it's not just a sex tape. I started wondering about the other thing. I don't remember if you remember the break the internet photo shoot that she had back in the day, right? Where she was flaunting her ass and the champagne bottle.
Yeah, I do.
I started to do some math on that. Do you remember what year she had that?
I don't.
It was 2014. And you know what's messed up? Like, there's a little bit of a escape from accountability as far as the Ray J sex tape goes, because that happened a long time ago. That happened a long time before she even met Kanye. It was like,
the internet never forgets.
It was way back then.
The internet never forgets.
She could have easily like, look, I was young, dumb, and stupid. I didn't have Northwest at the time.
No,
I didn't know that. No. Espérate. The reason I bring up that break the internet photo shoot was that photo shoot took place in 2014. Do you know when Northwest was born? A year prior. So the fact that she was like, oh, I regret that my daughter's gonna see this. Part of me is like, no, you don't. You only just now starting to regret this because
she doesn't, though.
your break the internet. Let's be real. Compared to the sex tape, had diminishing returns. It didn't really break the internet as much as you thought it did. People were like, okay, it's photos, whatever. I saw the sex tape. See, it's whatever.
Now, see, all that is bullshit. And let me explain to you why. I could agree if someone says, look, I was young, I was dumb, I did some stuff that I didn't think about, blah, blah, blah. her mother planned the whole thing. According to Ray J, he's on record saying that she directed, meaning what? We've discussed this before. Meaning what? That her mother basically prostituted her out. Think about the concept. Her mother set up a sex tape for her to have, in which, let's be honest, you know what's going to happen in a sex tape. For it to go out into the internet for her to get this fame. The turmoil that those kids have to go through, not just because of the tape, but think about this. Grandmother set mom up to get railed on the internet. How is that not mentally? And again, it's all related to the sex tape. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if one is more than the other. The thing is, Kanye does a lot more stupid than Kim does sex tapes or similar, scandalous things. But the problem is the concept of it. If Ray J's telling the truth, because again, it's based on what Ray J's saying, it's not what we're saying. If what Ray J's telling the truth, where she basically directed it, the concept of my grandmother set up a sex tape so that my mother could get on it, so that they could become famous. The level of insanity in that is beyond. It's beyond. The level of mental, the level of mental fuctuity, I don't even know how to put it, that's going to cost to the children is next level. Because think about that. They were already rich before that. They were already rich. They already had money. Like, it wasn't like they were hurting anyway. They chose to do this for more money. It's pure fucking greed. And here's the thing. Again, I would ask people out there, because Kanye has said this. Kanye has made this comment that Kim is going to push her kids into doing things that he doesn't approve of, and they're doing it for the fame. Which, let's be honest,
that's happened with the Ice Spice thing.
You've already seen it. Exactly. You've already seen it happen with the Ice Spice thing. She's bringing around on these red carpet things, so on and so forth. So, again, I'm gonna go right back to it. I don't know which is more. I think long term, Kanye can get help, because if he really is damaged mentally, which I do believe he is, he can get help for that. You can get treatment. You can get, again, pills that I know he doesn't like take, all that, so on and so forth. But you can't change greed. You can't change these people that choose to do this sober, without pressure, without somebody saying you must do this. These people chose to do this. So I don't know if Kim's if one is more than the other. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning towards Kim a little bit, because I think the shit that her family has done to her, she may unfortunately pass on to her children. And
well, the fact that she did the photo shoot after she had the kid made me think, okay, so she was more than okay with doing this, even though she had a kid. Keep in mind, if 9 months is a lot to think about what's going to happen between you and the kid. Again, I can't say that from having a kid myself, but I can kind of think in the 9 months that I'm gonna have that I don't have a kid, and I'm not gonna have or I am gonna have a kid, I'm gonna be thinking about some pretty hardcore stuff, as far as pretty heavy stuff involving consequences that I've done in the past. The fact that 9 month period has passed, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can show bare ass on camera, made me think, okay, she doesn't think these things fully through. Like,
nah, it's just
the consequences we're willing to instill. Even the sex tape was already pretty flagrant. The fact that she was willing to show ass after the fact that she had the kid, that's just as flagrant.
I feel like you're giving them too much credit, man. It's not that they there's no sense of regret. They're doing this on purpose. They do this ever so often. Like the one thing that a lot of people have said about Kim and her mom is that they've mastered their timing, meaning they know how to stay in the cycle of the news, by doing these shenanigans. So look, I'll be honest with you, after kind of sitting here and discussing it out loud for a while, I personally am going to lead more towards the sex tape that Kim and them are doing. I think that's more bullshit, and I kind of think that's going to be more damaging, especially again. Northwest at her age seems more like Kanye, so I think she, mentally, she seems like she's adapting more like her father. So I think that's, you're definitely gonna see some rebellion there from mom in the future. In fact, I mean, there was a video that I saw of Northwest and Kim on some sort of event at the red carpet or whatever it may be, and North basically told her mom, she's like, whatever, she did, like, I don't want this, I don't want to do this. Like, she was already kind of, which, don't get me wrong, I think as a child, you shouldn't do that to your parents. But I get that, again, she's not putting up with it just like Kanye didn't put up with it. Anyway, that's my personal take on it, my man. Anything you want to add to that?
Nah, I think I'm good.
All right. Please like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that,
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.